It's Tuesday morning in Northeast Ohio. It's a gorgeous day and a lot to get to in the bullpen with Bull and Fox. Dustin, how you doing, man? What's going on?
Oh, I'm doing well. Good morning.
Good
to
morning,
be back
good morning.
with you. Had a wonderful weekend in Florida. A little anniversary trip down to Amelia Island. First time there.
Yeah, how'd it go?
In the northern part of Florida, near the Florida-Georgia line. It was great. Great weekend.
Isn't that a band? Isn't there a band called the Florida-Georgia Line?
There is. Yeah. In fact, they just made a reunion because they were broken up for like a decade. They were a very popular country artist group that started the bro country, if you will.
The bro country? What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's just more like pop country.
Okay. So that's bro country. I didn't know there was such a thing. I'd never heard of bro country before.
You've never listened to Ken Carmen make fun of bro country?
No. I haven't. Well, he doesn't like bro country. He likes old school country.
He acts like he's all, he's Mr.
Hillbilly.
Mr. George Strait over there,
Yeah. All right. So you had a good time. That's great.
Yeah, it was good. Played a lot of tennis. I was down there doing some hot. Man, it was hot down there, dude. It was like 95 degrees.
Who could have guessed that
hot.
You would be playing tennis? I mean, that's not, a shocker at all. I was in New Jersey. It was hot there, too, but I wasn't playing tennis. By the way, tomorrow is my first practice for the Rocky River adult swim team.
Oh, that's right. You're starting that.
Yeah. It started last week, but I have been occupied on the days of practice so far because of baseball games, but not tomorrow. So I'm going to get my butt in the pool tomorrow.
Love that.
Z says Bull is more of a hip-hop head than a country. I've never been a country music fan, but I'm not a hip-hop fan either. I liked, hip-hop when I was a kid, some of it. But I don't like any modern music, though. I'm a curmudgeon about all modern music.
Except Train. You like Train?
I do like Train, yeah. But not like, I'm not like a diehard Train guy.
Yeah. That's funny.
But for the most part, I'm out on modern music, but that's not uncommon. I mean, people usually like the music of their generation that they grew up with.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, listen, my kids like all of this new stuff and the new hip hop and whatever, and it's just not. I don't know, man. It's hard to keep up with. It all sounds. Maybe I'm just getting old, and I'm like, it all sounds the same. I feel like our parents probably said the same thing. It all sounds the same.
Oh, true. And well, my son is different because he doesn't like any modern music either.
By the way, one other thing.
Yeah,
I know your son likes Michael Jackson too, right?
He does. Yeah, he's more into rock, but he does like Michael Jackson.
Well, my son's obsessed with Michael Jackson's music.
Yeah.
Last night we watched the movie Michael for the first time.
Oh, did you like it?
I loved it. Yeah, it was really good.
It's
the
interesting.
Acting, the characters who played the kids or played the Michael, the older and younger, were really good. Really good actors.
It's funny because it's one of those movies that got terrible reviews from the critics, but great reviews from fans.
Yeah, I mean it's nostalgic.
Yeah.
The it's mostly about the music. I mean, honestly, it's not a lot about his life other than kind of, him starting out his career, essentially. His father's a total asshole. Shocker.
Yeah, not a surprise. I think we knew that, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we knew that, yeah. I mean, it's funny, the entire family helped write the movie and produce it.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
I didn't know that until the end when they showed all their names.
Well, the guy who played the adult Michael, isn't he his nephew or something?
Yes.
I can't remember. Right. Yeah,
yes, nephew, I believe.
Speaking of movies, you and I both saw separately Disclosure Day over the weekend.
I liked it.
I liked it a lot too. I thought it was really good.
People have been criticizing it. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like it was, my attention span, bro.
Yeah,
it's not high. It's not high.
What are people complaining about? Did they say it was too slow?
Yeah, it just took forever to get to the. I mean, I don't want to give away too much because people haven't seen it. It just came out, but I mean, obviously, there's a big buildup.
Yeah, it's a little slow in the beginning, but I don't mind that. I don't mind the big buildup. It doesn't.
I did think that there were some moments where as I feel in a lot of like horror movies, like when there's like a serial killer, I'm like, why are you running upstairs and you should be running out of the house? Like kind of moments like that. I'm like, they should be able to, it just seemed a little too convenient at times. But other than that, I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it. I thought that, I don't know. I thought the ending was good too.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was really good, really entertaining. It hit the spot for me. No doubt.
And by the way, like I'm obviously, like follow all this UFO stuff that's been going on. So like I'm so into it. I think that we're like on a collision course for disclosure day like in the next year. So
maybe so. Maybe so.
You never know.
Sammy Hill asked if I'll swim across Lake Erie for charity next year. I swim across Lake Erie.
Across Lake Erie. I mean, can we get you to swim across the pool first?
Yeah, I mean, geez. I'm just really getting started here. I mean, I know how to swim, but I'm not a great swimmer. And Z says, seriously, who are your favorite artists? Well, mine is Billy Joel. Who is your favorite, Dustin? I don't know who your favorite is.
My favorite artist? I don't know. I guess, like, probably Morgan Wallen, honestly. Okay. I mean, the last, I would say, 8 years of my life, I've listened to him almost exclusively. And I like a lot of country, but I mean, like growing up, I really liked the Dave Matthews Band. That was kind of like my thing when I was in high school and college.
I think it was everybody's thing.
Yeah, I mean, sort of. They were very popular. Still are very popular.
Them and Bare Naked Ladies, I feel like, were the.
Yeah, I don't know. Dave Matthews Band had so many hits, man. Yeah, so many hits. And I saw him in concert a ton when I was like in high school and in college and then after college.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. Favorite band?
Yeah. All right. Morgan Wallen. It could change.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. We'll get to some sports, including Brendan Sorsby, the injury to Jose Ramirez, and more. But first, let's do a little trivia here. So if you look at the screen right now, coming up, there you go. You could scan that QR code to join, or you see on the bottom of the screen there, it says, go to trivia.betriversnetwork.com. What we're trying to do, honestly, is see how interactive you'd like to be with the show. So this is an opportunity. We're going to ask some trivia questions. They're on the easier side. You don't win anything right now, but that doesn't mean in the future. We want to see how interactive you want to be. If people want to do it just to have fun, scan or go to the website trivia.betrivers.network.com, trivia.betriversnetwork.com, and then play along and answer the questions. If you do, we may eventually get to the point where we have something to give away. If you don't, then maybe this will go away. I don't know, but let's start. Here's question number 1. The Browns selected offensive tackle Spencer Fano with the number 9 overall pick. What college did he play for? You got 15 seconds to answer the question. Give folks a chance. All right. Here we go. A, Ohio State. B, Utah. C, Michigan. D, Alabama. Or now the 15 seconds begins. Here you go. 15 seconds. Dustin, as the time runs out here, boom. What's the answer? Give us the answer, will you?
The answer is Utah.
All right.
And
everybody got it right.
Everyone can see that. Yeah, okay. We all know that.
All right, question 2. The Browns kick off the regular season on the road. Who will they be playing in the first game of the year? All right, Sammy Hill was first one in on the first question. He's got so if you answer quicker, you get more. Are they playing the Jaguars, the Texans, the Titans, or the Colts? All right, we'll give you, 5 more seconds. So you got to be the quickest. I like that. That makes it, because the questions are fairly easy, so you got to be quick. This way, if you cheat and you look it up, you're going to be late. All right. We have different answers on who the Browns will play. The answer is, A, Jaguars. But a couple people got it wrong. I'm shocked that people got that one wrong. All right. What's the standings here after 2 questions? Sammy Hill with a slight lead over Alex. We're up to 10 people. Okay, question 3. The NFL plans a massive 9-game international showcase for the 2026 season. Which lucky overseas city gets to host the Browns this year? London, Munich, Sao Paulo, or none of the above? The answer is, Dustin, which one you got?
None of the above.
That's right. Somebody said London. Somebody forgot. The Browns are not going on the road.
Yeah, not this year.
No. All right, 83% of you answered correctly. We got a few people in the mix here. All right, standings through 3 questions. Sammy Hill still in the lead. Z moves to second. Alex third. Steve fourth. And Diego fifth. Number 4. What National College Football Award did Casey Concepcion win during his 2025 junior season for being the most versatile player in the nation? The Biletnikoff, the Horning, the Dean Walker, or the Maxwell? Dustin, which one?
The Biletnikoff.
That is correct. But everybody got it wrong. Or are you wrong?
Oh, maybe I'm
you
wrong.
got it wrong.
Oh, okay. Guess I got it wrong.
Everybody got it right. All right, Sammy Hill trying to hold off Z by 9 points here. Last question. Browns get a marquee primetime game in Week 4, Thursday Night Football. Which bitter AFC North rival is coming to town? Ravens, Steelers, Bengals, or Colts?
Ravens, I think.
I think it is the Ravens. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it's the Ravens. Ooh, 2 for the Steelers, 1 for the no, 3 for the Steelers, 2 for the Bengals, 1 for the Ravens. It's the Steelers.
Oh.
Bad job out of us.
Bad job out of me. There are your winners.
Who's the winner? Alex. Oh, third place was Alex. Second place, Z. And Sammy Hill is the winner. Sammy, you don't win anything, but you get your name mentioned a bunch of times. Congratulations. Maybe next time we'll have something to give away. All right.
This was a beta version.
Yeah, it's a beta version, yeah. There you go.
All right.
All right, good stuff. All right, let's get to it. Brendan Sorsby, the drama is finally, well, I don't know if the drama is over, but this version of the drama is over. He will not be going back to Texas or going to Texas Tech. He's out of college. He's expected to be in the supplemental draft. There is expected now to be a supplemental draft. We don't know when that's going to happen. I know it happens before training camp. It's not set in stone exactly when it is yet. We probably will find that out, somewhat soon. To give you the details, because there is some confusion about the supplemental draft. I saw this from Andrew Siciliano yesterday.
Okay. What do you got?
This is how the supplemental draft works. It's determined via a lottery system based on the previous season's win-loss records. The draft order is divided into 3 groups. 1, teams with 6 wins or fewer. 2, the rest of the non-playoff teams. 3, the 14 playoff teams. And then every team within that group is put in order based on a lottery. So the Browns will be in that first group, along with the Cardinals, the Titans, the Jets, the Raiders, the Giants, the Commanders, the Saints, the Chiefs, and the Bengals. So we don't know when the Browns are going to end up. They have 2 first-round picks. They have, obviously, their first-round pick, and they have the why did I forget who's their other first-round pick?
With the Browns?
Yeah.
They had Concepcion.
Yeah, no. But next year they have 2 first-round picks.
Oh, next year.
Why can't I think of whose first-round pick they got? I'm totally drawing a blank. It's a good team. Oh, the Rams. They got the Rams first-round pick. So, no, it's fine. So they will have 1 lottery ticket in the first group and then 1 lottery ticket in the third group. The speculation is that somebody will put in a claim for him in the second round of the supplemental draft. Maybe there'll be a first-round pick. Who knows? I've seen speculation that had he been in the 2026 draft, he would have likely been the second quarterback taken after Mendoza, but before Simpson, that the majority of teams would have had him as the second quarterback. In early mock drafts for 2027, he was listed, for whatever that's worth. I mean, it's way early, but he was listed in a lot of cases as the third quarterback in the 2027 draft. So, Dustin, I put it to you, with the Browns not having a short thing at quarterback, with Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders battling, with so much drama over the last decade surrounding the Browns. This guy's talented. He might be a first-round talent, but obviously there's major concern. He bet on his team. He's obviously got a gambling issue. Good for him for, working on it now. It's something you got to, as you and I both know, you got to work on these things your whole life. If you're the Browns, do you take a chance? Do you spend a pick on him? And if so, what round would you do? Would you put it in for?
I mean, I'd throw in a 3rd-round pick on him.
3rd round? Not going higher than that?
I mean, if they went 2nd round, I probably wouldn't kill him. Certainly would not. I would not put in a 1st-round selection on this player, even though he could be a 1st-round talent. I just don't think that you can. Well, number one, you don't know what these other teams are going to do,
right?
And which is why it's kind of cool, because you sort of get to. It's like a silent auction, essentially, right? I mean, you're bidding without knowing what other people are thinking or what they're doing, and you're saying, okay, I put this much value into the player, and then if you get the player, then I mean, it's a win-win for you. I just wouldn't overreach with my projection of what I think he's going to be.
Yeah.
I personally, if I'm the Browns, they're going to do their vetting process. They're going to find out all they need to know about the player. Yeah. You know, I personally think that addicts are, as I am one myself, some of the highest achievers out there when they can get things kind of reined back in. So if he's got it under control and is really working towards, recovery, then I absolutely think he deserves a second chance and can really turn his life around. However, they got to be sure about that, and they have to get to know the player and his process and his recovery and his treatment and all that stuff. It has to be, transparent with the organization.
Absolutely, yes. You got to find out more. You got to find out how seriously he's taking his recovery. If he's taking it very seriously, then I would seriously consider him. If you feel like he's not and that it's just for public consumption, then I wouldn't. Guys who have had gambling infractions in college in the past have not been suspended by the NFL. I know Mary Kay posted an article. I had read part of it. I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing. She says they're unlikely to bid on him and cites a comment Todd Monken made calling it a slippery slope.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't agree that it's a slippery slope. I also don't buy that because Todd Monken said that means the Browns are not going to draft him. Todd Monken has no reason. In fact, Todd Monken, if anything, should want to make other teams think the Browns are not interested if they are, because it's not a situation. You got to blindly bid on a round, so you don't want anybody to think you might draft him. That being said, I think 1st-round pick is just too much of a risk. I wouldn't do that. I'm with you. I've gone back and forth on this as someone who has a gambling problem myself. I've gone really back and forth on this. I've thought hard. The most disturbing thing is that he bet on teams he was playing for. That's my biggest concern, more than the gambling itself. I'm sure there's plenty of professional athletes who have addiction problems one way or the other, and they're able to play. I'm a little concerned about the judgment of betting on games. I know he may not have been playing in them.
Yeah, but I mean, you know how addiction works. There's not a lot of judgment going into that.
Fair
decisions.
Fair, I get it, but I would not draft him without being as sure as I could possibly be.
100% agree with that.
Yeah. And if that due diligence tells me, okay, he's taking this seriously, he's headed in the right direction, then it becomes about football. But if I have doubts, then I would not be the team to do it. But if they don't have doubts, then I would be comfortable with a 2nd-round pick. Certainly a 3rd, I'd be very comfortable. Anything later than that, I'd be fine. I just wouldn't use a 1st-round pick. I think it's too risky, especially because the Browns. Now, if they wanted to use the Rams' 1st-round pick, I guess I could buy into that a little more. But I think in the end, 2nd-round pick. I'm not using my own 1st-round pick, because that could end up being the 1st pick in the draft. I can't do that.
Yeah, and listen, he's probably not going to play for you this year anyway. I mean, it's so late in the process. He's a quarterback. He'd have to learn and all those things that go along with it. But look, at the end of the day, I mean, I think that, he made the right decision by coming out in this draft. Like, if he goes back to Texas Tech, like, it's going to be a mess for the team, the school, the NCAA. Like, it just his best decision was to just get away from this and just go to the NFL now, instead of having to deal with all the BS that goes through it this year. I mean, he's going to get drafted lower than he would have been drafted had he played. That's a fact.
100%.
But still, he's going to go to the NFL. Someone's going to pick him.
That's right. All right, let's get to the Guardians here, Dustin. They did have a good weekend against the Tigers, which they needed because they'd been playing terrible baseball. They got swept by the Yankees. They had lost, 7 of 10 before the weekend series with the Tigers. They won the first 2 games with really good pitching, 3-2 and 3-1. Sunday's game got postponed. Yesterday they were off, so they've been off 2 days in a row. Mm-hmm. They begin a series with the very good Milwaukee Brewers now, so things don't get any easier. They're on the road. The Brewers, as usual, everybody counts them out, except for me, every year. And every year they're in first place for like the last decade. There's such a they're the National League version of the Guardians, frankly, with a little bit of a higher payroll. Slade Ciccone will pitch tonight against Robert Gasser. Gavin Williams will pitch tomorrow against Brandon Sproat. And on Thursday afternoon, it'll be Parker Messick and Shane Drohan before the Guardians go to the Astros, and then a first-place battle with the White Sox. Obviously, the Guardians are dealing with a huge injury. Jose Ramirez is going to be out for a while. And so I think the question now, Dustin, becomes, and I'll get your take on this as a former athlete, when your best player goes down, I don't know if you experienced this at all. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I mean, in the league, I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Twice. I mean, we lost in Minnesota. We lost Dante Culpepper.
Okay.
Midseason ACL. We lost in Philly. We lost Donovan McNabb midseason to ACL.
So how do obviously it's a different sport and a quarterback certainly more impactful than one baseball player, but Jose Ramirez is one of the most impactful players in baseball, certainly is the most impactful player on the Guardians. Obviously you need other guys to step up, but you also don't want guys putting too much pressure on themselves to do too much. How do you think you avoid that as a player? You can't be Jose Ramirez. You got to be yourself.
Well, listen, it's going to take a team effort. We know that. It's going to take guys that have, typically been good, like Stephen Kwan, and some of these other guys that have had their moments. Like Gabe Arias is coming back, right? We're going to get him. He's going to have a role, obviously.
Yeah, he's back. Yep.
So that's going to be important. Schneeman, Bazana, Manzardo, like guys like that are going to have to probably overachieve a little bit. But I just need Quan to come back to being just himself. That would help. And then on top of everything else, like you just got to continue the strong pitching that we've had, and the strength of the bullpen has to continue to thrive. And honestly, they don't have to play outside themselves. They're in a position now, I think, Bull, where they're tied for lead in the division. The White Sox are not going to run away with this thing.
Certainly not.
And I don't think that the Tigers being 13 games out are much of a threat right now. I'm not really worried about the Royals. Like, I just think that if they can play 500 baseball until Ramirez comes back, which I don't think is asking a lot.
It's not.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Like, they don't have to overthink this.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I'm not panicked about this situation. It's not ideal. You never want to have your best player out. But the Guardians, as you said, it can't be one guy. It's got to be a team effort. Everybody's got to play a little better. Everybody's got to do a little more. And they're capable of it. Nobody's asking guys to do more than they're capable of. They've got a good team. Even in those wins over the Tigers, they did not score a lot of runs. They haven't been scoring a lot of runs. They've only scored if you look at their last 6 games, they've only scored more than 4 runs once, and that was a 7-5 loss to the Yankees. So the bats have been cold. They need their good hitters, their other good hitters, as you mentioned the names, Bazana, DeLauder, Manzardo, Hoskins, Martinez, and Kwan, especially Rocchio. They need those guys to get hot. Now, not everybody's going to, but they need enough of them to make up for Jose. Now, the reality is Jose is not having a great season. He had been playing well, better lately, but he wasn't having a great season. And so I think they can survive this. I think asking them to play 500 baseball is definitely not too much, definitely not unreasonable. So now, you're on a road trip, and just take care of business. Win series. That's it. This Milwaukee series is going to be tough. Obviously, they're playing excellent baseball. You got the Astros after that. who are not very good, and then the White Sox, which will be interesting. Kudos to the White Sox. They're playing good baseball. They're better than I thought. I thought they'd be around 500. They're 6 games over. Good for them. They've been so bad for a number of years. Stay the course. Play solid baseball when Jose's gone. Hopefully he'll come back. I'm a little worried about his power when he comes back. That hamate injury could often affects guys' power, even when they recover. But we'll see. By the way,
he's having surgery for this, right?
He is. Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, the Brewers have the second best run differential in all of baseball, only behind the Dodgers. They've outscored their opponents by 112 runs. To put it into perspective, compared to the Guardians, who have been pretty good, the Brewers have scored 81 more runs than the Guardians. And they've played less games and have scored 81 more runs.
Who are some of the star power hitters for the Brewers? I feel like I don't know anybody for the Brewers.
So the Brewers, you know who their leading home run hitter is? He played for the Guardians briefly a number of years ago. Jake Bauers. Remember that guy?
Jake Bauers. No way, dude.
Jake Bauers. The Guardians got him from the Rays. He was a mess here. He couldn't really do much. He is having an fantastic, he might be an all-star. In fact, I think right now he's a great chance to be an all-star. He's got an OPS of 894. He's got 13 homers and 46 ribbies with 40 runs scored, 5 stolen bases. His batting average is 276. His on-base is 374. He's been great for them, mostly as their first baseman. They've got a young second baseman named Bryce Terang, who was great last year as a rookie. He's followed it up with another tremendous season. So he's been awesome. He's got power. He's got speed. He's got 26 extra base hits. Jackson Chourio, who's missed he's missed about half the game so far this year. Obviously, he's been their best prospect. They signed him to an extension. He's been great when he's been healthy. Their catcher, William Contreras, is really good. They're not a huge home run hitting team. Chourio, Terang, and Bauers are their, have been their 3 best power hitters. But they get on base. They get a lot of doubles. They're good at getting. They're a smart team. They run the bases well. They steal bases well. And the Guardians, luckily, will not face him. But have you seen Jacob Misiorowski, their ace? And how good
I have
he's
not.
been?
Is he a horse?
Well, he throws like 103, 104.
Oh,
it's ridiculous. Okay. He's not. They will miss him in this series, which is good because they're actually missing their 2 best pitchers. Misiorowski has 131 strikeouts in 87 innings. That is absurd.
That's pretty insane.
He's been the best pitcher in baseball, probably. He leads the league with a 1.34 ERA. So he has 131 strikeouts. The next most is Christopher Sanchez with 116, and Sanchez has pitched 12 more innings than him. Dylan Cease with 103, and then Gavin Williams is 4th with 99, and then tied for 4th with Skeens at 99. So Misiorowski's been fantastic. He's going to be an all-star. Their bullpen's been a little shaky, but their pitching is really, really strong. Finally, last thing I wanted to hit on, Dustin, is the Knicks. We haven't talked about the NBA Finals.
Oh, man.
So you were down about that?
It's fine to, it's incredible what they've done. I mean, they won every game by being down double digits. I think they were. It's just incredible.
Yeah. I'm actually I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm happy for my friends that are Knicks fans. I've usually when a New York team, as you know, wins a championship, I am angry because I hate the football teams and I hate the baseball teams. But I did not hate the Knicks as a kid. I was more neutral on them. I was kind of neutral to a slight fan of the Rangers in hocky. And obviously,
dude, I didn't hate the Knicks as a kid either. The Knicks never really didn't impact my childhood because they weren't ever really in the way of the Cavs. It was the Bulls.
Right. Yeah, and in the 90s, when the Knicks were good there in the 90s, the Cavs weren't good, and they were battling the Heat and some other teams there. But kudos to them, man. What a run. And Mike Brown, the former two-time Cavs coach, you got to give him credit. He did an excellent job.
Tons of credit. Jason was talking yesterday about Mike Brown and just saying what an amazing coach he is.
Yeah.
How he got screwed in Cleveland. Dan Gilbert screwed him over.
Yeah.
All these things that have happened. He's like, it's just good for him because he's very well respected in the league.
Yeah.
By the players and by coaches and stuff. But like the outside perception is the guy was just like couldn't get it done. And obviously he did. And I mean, to do it in that market, that guy's a legend forever now.
Oh yeah. No doubt about it. Knicks' first championship since 1973. And I mean, by the time you got to Game 5, they were in the Spurs' head. There's no doubt that was part of the reason they lost that game.
100%.
But it was unbelievable. And I don't know. Do you feel any differently about Donovan Mitchell being able to win due to the fact that they won with a smallish guard in Jalen Brunson, or no?
I still think that, and Mikey McNuggets talked about this yesterday. Yeah. They did it with one guy like that, and then the way that I don't know, that he explained their spacing and how they did it with Cat, and the Cavs have to do it with two bigs because they've got Allen and Mobley, and they kind of did it with one.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think that Brunson is just absolutely out of this world, and that there are other ancillary pieces all played fantastic, and like OG Anunoby was remarkable in the Spurs series. Cat didn't have a good series.
Yeah.
Didn't do much of anything, but Brunson did, Hart did.
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges did. Shamet didn't do anything in the series really either.
No,
to be honest
with you.
So I don't know. It's just hard to say. It was a perfect storm for them. Kind of like a movie script in a lot of ways as 2016 was for the Cavaliers. I feel like 2026 was very similar to the New York Knicks.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of similarities in that. No doubt about it. Very impressive. Sammy says, Jalen Brunson's a dog. I couldn't stand the Knicks after losing to them a few times recently in the playoffs, but watching Brunson do what he did was impressive. Mark says the Carolina Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup.
They did.
The Carniacs going crazy down here in North Carolina. That was their first championship in what? In a long time also, right? Had they ever
I don't
won?
know. How long has Carolina had a hockey team?
I don't know. Might have been their first. I might have been their first championship ever. Let's see. Carolina Hurricanes. Yeah. Oh no, they won in 2006. Who knew?
Against the Edmonton Oilers.
In Game 7 there. So, but still, that's been 20 years in that one. So we had a.
Well, they were the Whalers before.
I don't think the Whalers ever won a championship, did they?
I don't believe they did.
No, they had the best logo though.
The best logo.
S.A. Spencer says, happy for the Knicks. Franchise hasn't won anything in so long. I'm not just a Cavs fan, but a general fan of basketball. Love to see it. Mark says, yeah, they won the Cup in 2006. B. Skrill says, Nolan Jones going to turn into Aaron Judge when the White Sox play the Guardians next week. Yeah, I saw while I was away that Nolan Jones got traded to the White Sox. I wouldn't worry about it. Nolan Jones is not even on their Major League roster right now. So he's or maybe they're going to add him to the Major League. Why am I not seeing him right now and where he is? I don't think he's on their Major League roster yet. At least he hasn't been added yet. Yeah. He isn't. Oh, yeah, that's right. Alex is a big White Sox fan. Alex, let's give you a minute. Can you talk on the air? I can't remember. You can't. All right. Well, Alex is a big White Sox fan, so he's. I'm sure he's happy. I didn't get a chance to talk to him before the show about it, but he must be happy. I don't think he's relying on Nolan Jones, but the White Sox do have some nice young talent. I thought they'd be better this year, but I still think they'll be around 500 when the season ends and the Guardians win the division. But I like Colson Montgomery. They just called up their top prospect, or one of their top prospects, Braden Montgomery. Chase Mydroth has been, pretty solid for them. So they have some interesting young players. Miguel Vargas has played really well for them. Anyway, It's a interesting young team. I think in the end they don't have the pitching. I know Davis Martin's been really good this year, but they don't have the pitching, so it won't last. But they're headed in the right direction for the first time in a while. All right, thanks everybody for joining us today. I'll have Sean King on the podcast tomorrow, and Dustin and I'll be back live Thursday at 9 a.m.
Yes,
Where
sir.
else? Right here in the bullpen with Bull and Fox, brought to you by Bet Rivers. See you, everybody.
Peace.